What you resist persists. What you run after runs away. Carl Jung. Letting go doesn't always feel empowering. Sometimes it just feels empty. You didn't stop chasing because you stopped caring. You stopped because you got tired of bleeding for someone who wouldn't even notice. But what really happens after that silence? That's where the real story begins. This isn't another self-love speech. Because if you've stopped chasing someone and still feel like hell, you know that freedom and loneliness can look very similar at first. This video isn't here to fix you. It's here to sit with you in that space after the goodbye, when nothing feels resolved. Subscribe if you're done with chasing love and ready to rebuild what's left of yourself, because the moment you stop running, everything you've been avoiding finally catches up. The truth about stopping. At first, it stings, more than staying ever did. You start to notice the silence, not the peaceful kind, the kind that echoes like a punishment. You wonder if they noticed you're gone. You hope they feel your absence. But deep down, you already know. They probably won't. And that's the hardest part, realizing you were the only one showing up. And once that truth sinks in, the question changes. Was it ever love? Or just you, loving alone? What happens to them? Maybe they come back, not with love, but with confusion, because they never expected you to walk away. Or maybe they don't come back at all. And that's when it hits you. They weren't staying because of who you are. They stayed because you kept chasing. And when the chasing stops, so does their illusion of control. But what happens to you? You grieve. Not just the person, but the version of you who believed this would work. You miss the hope, not the reality. And that hurts like hell. You start questioning your worth. Was I too much? Was I not enough? You spiral because the chase gave you purpose. And now that it's over, you're face to face with the part of you that only ever felt lovable when you were proving it. But why did you even start running in the first place? Why we chase? Not because they're amazing, but because we're still trying to rewrite our childhood, still trying to earn the love we were denied, still hoping that if we're good enough, someone will finally stay. We chase because it distracts us from the fear that maybe we're not worth being chosen unless we beg. And that fear, it doesn't go away just because you stop chasing. The painful freedom. Stopping the chase doesn't immediately feel like healing. It feels like withdrawal, because chasing was the drug. And now, you're sober. You start to feel everything you were running from. But slowly something else shows up. A strange kind of stillness, clarity. You start to see yourself not as someone who lost, but as someone who finally stepped out of the game. And that powerful shift changes everything. Real love doesn't start when someone chooses you. It starts when you stop begging to be chosen. You begin to reconnect with yourself, not in a poetic you're whole kind of way, but in the raw, practical sense. You set boundaries. You stop texting first. You stop shrinking to fit someone's attention span. And one day, without realizing it, you wake up and don't need them to remember you anymore. Because you did. And that's the beginning of real power. This isn't about pretending you're healed. This is about surviving the in-between, the part no one talks about, where you let go and nothing happens. But trust this, you're not empty. You're just in the process of returning to yourself. And when you finally stop chasing them, you start walking towards someone far more important, you. Stick around, hit the like button, and subscribe to this channel for the real talk about healing. See you next time.